If you're planning on launching a book on Amazon KDP, you need to ensure that you create a simple yet very effective launch plan. Having a book that's created takes time, but most importantly is getting that launch plan right, because there's no point creating a magnificent book if you don't launch it properly and get it into the hands of more customers as quickly as possible in those first 30 days. Now, recently I created a course that's about launching a book on Amazon KDP, and I bring together all of my experience with all the launches that I've made to create number one new releases and also best-selling books. And in the course, I go through the key details and the key steps to launch your book successfully. So what I wanted to do is provide a preview of the course. Now, in the description of this video, you'll find links to the course on platforms such as Udemy, Skillshare, and Thinkific. If the course is something that you think will boost your knowledge of launching a book, then it might be worthwhile checking out. So make sure you watch the video. There's also a download for the basics of launching a book, so you can check out the link in the description below as well. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. Hello and welcome. My name is Romney, and thank you very much for joining this course on how to successfully launch your book onto Amazon KDP. Now, my journey started back in December 2019, and since that time, I've sold in excess of 100,000 copies, and I've also become a best-selling author across several different platforms and marketplaces, including the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Now, what I want to do in this course is bring together all of my launch strategies that I use for my books. Now, there have been plenty of mistakes that I've made over the journey, but what I've done now is create the blueprint that I can show you that I use personally to launch all of my books. Now, the first 30 days of launching on Amazon KDP is critical. So this blueprint will show you the steps that I take and the steps that you can take to launch your book successfully as well. So in a moment, I'm going to go through the contents of the course. You'll be stepped through all the critical areas, and I can show you the blueprint that I use. So let's show you the contents right now. So this course is split into 4 key areas. Firstly, the introduction. I'm going to introduce you to the course and why developing a book launch strategy is so important. Section number 2, the planning and preparation. So what are the 7 key elements that make a great book launch? What about tailoring your launch? Each book requires a unique approach, so I'll discuss that. Then I'm going to be looking at planning and preparation and the steps I take in preparation to launch. Then budgeting and the financial cost of launching a book. Then we look at book promotional sites. So what are some of your options? In section 3, we look at leveraging your launch. So we're going to investigate Amazon advertising and how we can use Amazon advertising to boost your visibility. Then we look at using social media to your advantage and then obtaining reviews and gaining that critical social proof. Section 4, applying what I teach. So I'm going to show you my exclusive book launch strategy. Then I'm going to show you how to build a book launch team, additional marketing strategies post-launch, the 12-month book launch for long-term success, and then finally developing your own book launch strategy and template. So I'm really looking forward to showing you these steps. I want to be able to help you to successfully launch your book onto Amazon KDP. With this launch plan, you'll have a much better understanding of why you developed the launch plan, why it's important to do the steps, and what you can do to make sure you give your book every opportunity to sell and to become either a brand new release, a number one new release, or even a bestseller. So let's get into the course right now and start lesson 1. Lesson 2, why develop a book launch strategy? One of the key things I see that causes people to have a book that doesn't go well is that they don't realize the importance of prioritizing the book launch. Consider it this way. When you create your book, that's the 50% mark. The remainder is your book launch. Yes, you put a great deal of effort into creating your book, but no one will ever know about your book unless you market it well and you launch it well. So that's what I'm here for, is to help you and guide you through those steps. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to be covering off 5 critical reasons why the book launch process is just so important. Now, why limit it to 5? Well, it's going to be easy for you to remember and to implement. If I was to come up with 10 or 15 reasons, you'd probably forget most of them. But by reducing it to 5 and 5 important ones, that helps you really to apply them with your own book launch strategy. Now, I've found that if I launch a book well, then the long-term success of that book is so much greater. I see people create some amazing books, but they fail to create a launch plan that will give visibility of that book. And why spend so much time and effort creating that book if you're not going to launch it properly? So let's get into lesson number 2, where I highlight the 5 critical reasons why book launch strategy is just so important. Planning and preparation, the steps I take. In this lesson, I want to get just a little bit more practical, and we might skip ahead a little bit just to the steps that I personally take to make sure that I'm organised for my book launch. Now, I am quite an organised person in nature, but I want to try and help to demonstrate what steps you should be doing to prepare the best you can for your book launch. There's a number of different steps that I take that I pretty much go through a ticker box and make sure that they're all completed and they're in order so it's nice and easy to follow. As I mentioned a lesson back, we need to keep our process simple. I want to create this blueprint so that anyone can really grab that blueprint and go, okay, these are the steps that I need to start to follow. There might be a few small and minor adjustments that you might need to take, again, depending on the kind of book that you're creating. But overall, I'm hoping that 70 to 80% of this blueprint can be used effectively across any book that you create. It's these strategies that are going to help you. So I'm going to show you these steps that I take to get myself ready and prepared for my book launch. Let's get into it right now. So these are the 5 areas that I really focus on and get organized with when creating my book launch. So number 1, I create a simple spreadsheet from -5 being 5 days before launch to +30, so 30 days from the launch day. I find relevant keywords, and this will assist with my marketing. I map out my goals. So for the first 30 days, what do I want to achieve? And this keeps me focused. Number 4, I develop my mock book covers and other marketing information. And on the next slide, I'll show you how to, or where to find the best place to do your mock book covers. And number 5, I have my book loaded and in draft mode on Amazon KDP. That's important. So I upload the book, therefore I know it's ready to go. I can do my preparation. Then when I hit go live or publish, I know that it might take sometimes 72 hours or a bit longer for my book to go live, but I know that I'm prepared for Amazon KDP. So let's have a look about mock book covers. I use bookbrush.com, and here's an example of a book cover that I created for a different course about creating standout book cover designs. And it's simply bookbrush.com, and you can create free mock book ups like this one. So it's a great way of doing it. So let's have a look at developing your launch plan and the checklist. Again, this is a practical part of the course. All you need to do, and I'll provide a template at the end of the course, but what you need to do is create your simple launch plan by using a simple checklist like this. So I'd start with -5 days, just here. Then it might be -4 days. And then day 1, that's the day the book goes live. So there might be quite a few different things I need to action on day 1. And again, I'll go through this in later lessons. Day 2, there might be a couple of things I need to action. Day 3, all the way through to day 30, and then ongoing for the first 30 to 45 days. Then when I've completed that action, I will tick it off, and that will just help me to be organized, know what tasks I've got remaining as well. As mentioned, I'll walk you through this process in later lessons, but I wanted to introduce this concept to you now, because this is how simple I want to make it for you. I'm going to have a structure in place that you can easily follow, tick off, and you can create yourself. I don't want this course to be something where you're completely reliant on a software program that you need to utilize. As simple as a spreadsheet is as simple as your launch plan needs to be. And that's what our main focus will be on this course, to keep it simplified but very, very effective. So I hope you enjoyed the preview of my Amazon KDP book launch course. The course is over 2 hours and 50 minutes. I think it's 2 hours and 51 minutes to be exact. And it's got plenty of different lessons and templates to help you with your book launch strategy and developing a tailored book launch for your particular book. So check out the links below. It's on the different platforms such as Udemy, Skillshare, and Thinkific. You might even be interested in purchasing the self-publishing membership bundle, which includes all of my courses and future courses for just $29 per month. So that might be something you're interested in. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you really enjoy the course, and I'll see you next time.